Hey YouTube, just thought I'd make another video of my locomotive fleet in March of 2011, and so here it is. First up is an Southern Pacific MP15 AC with the flashing light on the top, Santa Fe influenced. And I actually saw this engine. It's 2720. Can't really see it, but I actually saw this engine working in Tucson, Arizona, and it was looking good there, and it looks good now. Moving on is this ALCO S3 with a brakeman or conductor, probably brakeman, standing on the front porch of it, moving so they can, for switching. So number 1028. Nice little engine. Doesn't have much power though. Proto 2000. And up next is a Southern Pacific, or a Cotton Belt SW 1500 2518, and 1500 horsepower. Runs great, especially with the SD40s. Gotta make a video of that at my train club, at the train club I belong to, pretty soon. Yeah, I got a Union Pacific one. One of the first locomotives I got is this Union Pacific Jeep 40, one of the last survivors of my GP40 fleet. They have all just died. I didn't have very good luck with the GP40s. Bachmann, or anyone else for that matter. So, one of the survivors, Union Pacific GP15 that's been beat to hell with the letters all run down, the number hardly noticeable, the flags all screwed up, fronts look pretty screwed up. You know, I've seen this, and it's not that bad in real life. In fact, I haven't seen any locomotive this bad in real life. But I think in my layout I'm going to build, I'm going to have a harbor, I hope. And I'm just going to have it harbor lines, recently bought and not even painted yet, so there you go. You see? And the SD9, I already made a video about this, so a few words 5308 at the last video I just posted. And so I don't think I have to go through it again. 8628, it's the most beautiful engine I have. Runs the best, and I've ran it basically the entire time, about a week, during the Santa Cruz County Fair at the train club, and when it stopped, it just kept going. So that's it. Probably put a good 40 hours on it, which, you know, it's a lot for those little wheels. Go around in circles all day. And here's an SD45 with flare radiators, number 8855. Got this at my train shop. And Southern Pacific, one of my favorite railroad companies. Weathered, as in most of my DCC engines. Basically, all my DCC engines are weathered except one, and I'll show you that coming up. But there you go. SD40 T-2 tunnel motor. I'm assuming the T means tunnel motor, but I don't know. My brother was doing engine work on it, and the drive shaft broke. So I think I'm just gonna take my chances and Gorilla Glue the drive shaft back together separately, and then fit it back in. See how that works. Hot glue does not work. Already tried that. And see those Southern Pacific engines I just showed you? Well, this is what they used to look like. It's used styrofoam. I forgot about that. 8886. I have to get both of these SD45 flare radiators. I have to get them both with the PS3 Digitrax Speed Steps program, and I have to do the speed steps, because when I put the throttle on just one, it goes to full throttle. So very little to zero, actually zero control over it, because it's go full throttle or stop. A lot like John Bush, Yardmaster, Orient Camp Railroads. But, you know, which one do you like better? I want to hear your comments on this. Do you like the on-weathered or the weathered? I think it looks better with the weathered because it takes all the shine off of it. And like, look how shiny that is compared to that. So, that's a keeper. And off to the CF7 fleet with CF7 number 2571 for LAJ, Los Angeles Junction Railroad. Number 6 for Troy Northern. And number 2605 for Santa Fe. Only Santa Fe one has a chip in it. I have to get chips for the other two. This is another old one. I got this one off eBay years ago for like $30. Norfolk Southern GP9. And it runs okay. I think it's on its last leg, so might have to make a model railroad train wreck too for these engines that don't want to go any further because they're so old. And then off to the Conrail SD60. It's number 6807. 3,800 horsepower. Runs great. Need to put a chip in it too, along with the GP9 for Norfolk Southern. BNSF. Moving on to the BNSF AC4400 number 5648. It's a AC. It runs great. Needs a chip in it though, so got a lot of chip stuff to do pretty soon. And then over here is my newest engine. Is a Union Pacific Heritage SD70 Ace Western Pacific Heritage unit. One of the reasons I bought it is just because it's heavy. It will pull anything that you put behind it, I guarantee you. But that's only MTH. If you get the Athearn Genesis engine, I hear they're extremely lightweight and they don't pull anything. They don't pull much. This one you can pull as many track leaders as you want and you just keep going down the track. No problem. 1983. However, I just have to modify it to Digitrax because MRC has their own little operating DCC, and I'm not exactly sure. I have to ask somebody down at my club about it. The club I belong to. So that's my locomotive fleet. So, okay, YouTube. Have a good one.